everyone, it's Linda G, and I'm here with Arthur today. I did
Hello.
put down Mel because I thought I was doing a show with Mel and he was in Gettysburg. So I grabbed Arthur real quick. He said, sure,
I have no life.
I
Yeah.
have no life. I'd be happy. Oh,
No,
God.
it's just that I get to say very first, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Everybody's wishing. I got some beautiful flowers from Nest. But you guys, please don't send any gifts. Please, please. I have so much that I absolutely listen. Did you see this? I
Oh,
got this from Amazon and I thought, oh, I don't remember ordering this, but it's really cute. I love it because I love gnomes. And so my son comes yesterday and he gives me a couple of birthday gifts. And then he says, wait a second, this is one of your birthday gifts. I said, what? Because he'll have packages come to,
yeah.
and sometimes I'm not looking at the name careful enough. So my son gave that to me for a birthday present.
That's cute.
I
I
love
pro
it.
I promise I will not send you
Don't
any Lucky Charms.
You know that they he sent me some boxes of Lucky Charms the last time. I mean, they were king size. They were about this tall and that thick. And oh my God, I think I gave one to my daughter and one to my nephew because my
It
kids don't eat cereal.
was really cute. You wrote the note she wrote was, I now have Lucky Charms coming out of my ass. Thank you.
How do you capture your Lucky Charms?
Yeah. Well, you're still magically delicious. Thank
Ah,
you.
thank you. Thank you.
So we have tons of questions and tons of people saying happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, for the birthday wishes.
So I went through the questions real fast,
Can I
and
say something real quick?
no,
The
of
cool
course.
thing about
No.
getting old, the cool thing about getting old, because I'll be 72 on Wednesday, uh, is being able to tell people I'm an elderly lady and I think you're doing elderly abuse by harassing me this way. And they back off. They back off. Anyway, I just had to say that.
Well, I'll behave.
Okay.
Well, if does that mean I can, when I'm 72 and yell at my sister, she can accuse me of elder abuse?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're twins.
Oh,
So what I did was I took the questions, I went through them real quick, and a lot of them are the same ones over and over and over.
okay.
Same question, different people. So number one question was, please do an update on DT's health, including how much longer he's so ill that he's no longer seen in the public. In other words,
That's people's favorite question. They ask it all the time. And my guides are kind of particular about anything dealing with health and death. They kind of don't
mhm,
want us asking. May I quickly show this
yeah,
beautiful
go for
picture
it.
that Nicole Willett sent me? They're the gals from Gettysburg that are going to do. I'm not hosting a gig in Gettysburg. I'm just coming along as a guest. But
That's
isn't that beautiful? Thank
Lotus.
you, Nicole. So, you want to know more deets about his illness or something?
Well, an update. You know,
Hey, that new what do you call those?
pendulum.
Pendulum. The
Mhm.
one I got from Shasta, I used it yesterday, and it's very hard for me to read at a football game because I'm so beholden to the 49ers. I cleared my mind and I asked basic question. Were they going to make a touchdown in this? Were they this? Were they that? And that thing was dead on every time. Yep. They said they were going to win, but I always think, yeah, well, see, I really love the Niners.
Well,
Tell
well,
me
we
about Trump's health. Yeah, remember I was out of town when they said, oh, he's at death's door. And
oh no, I didn't
I
go
never
back.
saw that. Yeah.
The Tower in Judgment.
Well, something unexpected. It's like, boom. Ooh, the coffin. Jesus, he's not got good
Well,
cards.
I've always felt by the end of September something's happening with him. I'm not saying he's going to the great beyond, but I feel something happens. And the
Also,
whole
I have
thing,
the judgment card. Something's going to go. Today, the Supreme Court said he can classify illegals by anyone that speaks Spanish. I don't know what the hell the Supreme Court was thinking, but they're
uh,
not going to go, they're not going to say yes to what is the thing he's trying to do to all these nations? They're going to say you can't do that. I see that. They already are saying no, that you can't not pay Eugene Carroll.
oh, that came through. Yes, he has to pay.
He has to pay. And then what was the other one? There's something else that's coming up that I know they're going to say you can't do that. But this one they could because they could play with it, basically constitutionally. And they're all white supremacists. So,
Well, what about the fact that they're trying to get that bill through that if you're trans, you cannot own a gun because you're mentally deficient?
and these, the gun, the, what do you call the gun organization?
All right.
They fight if you say no to children not being able to have guns.
I don't know. It's sick.
Very sick. And did you hear Mike Johnson has changed his story that Trump was not an FBI? Yeah. So anyway, as far as Trump going, honest to God, I asked that pendulum yesterday since it was sizzling. I thought, while I'm here, when is this SOB finally going to, if you can, tell me. And it's not till next year, according to my cards. But I see him losing some big cases and he's bouncing off the walls.
Well, I had predicted back in February that there'd be a lot of lawsuits at the end of September and that he would not be happy with the results.
Okay.
So I'm still feeling that, but also I feel, they're just pumping him up with everything they can to make him look good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, the Z packs or whatever. It's just lots of shit. Sorry, lots
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah, he's got like good prednisone type drugs that are keeping him going. And did you see him at the men's open? And the booing was
Oh, the
so loud.
booing, and then Legacy News was not allowed to have the booing. They turned the booing off.
But if you go on the internet or you go on X or Blue Sky or anything, you can hear it loud and clear.
I wonder if you put on like closed caption and just said boo.
Boo! Did you see those commercials coming on TV about redistricting? California needs to follow the law. They
Oh
go
yeah,
into
and,
these
and who's
countries.
paying for it?
Yeah, but you know what? So what about Texas? What about Missouri? What about these other places
Right.
that are but
It's Republican.
California needs to follow the law.
Yeah, I just got something in the mail too about it. Like, some flyer, you know, keep democracy, democracy or something. It was like, excuse me?
We're going to vote yes.
Of course. I'll do
And I
whatever.
remember getting all kinds of stuff when they were trying to get him out of office. 3 times they tried, all that money they spent, and he always won by a landslide.
Well,
All
you
right,
know,
what else you got?
you know what happens when there's a landslide near the bottom. There's one with two questions. Are National Guardsmen coming to Chicago in September or October?
I feel September. But I feel you remember the sheriffs and all their deputies over in Chicago aren't going to work with them.
Mhm.
I see them, I'll tell you, they're already bubbling underneath the surface, the Air National Guard, because they're over there picking up trash in LA.
Well, exactly. And they're only there for 29 days
So he
deployment.
doesn't have to pay them.
Yeah. And then he can renew that 29 days. So I'm an idiot. I just tell everybody, you know what? I wish Subway sandwiches would come out with like a coupon.
Yeah.
Two for one for you, one to throw.
Yeah. Jesus.
Um, okay. Is Elon in the Epstein files?
No.
Yeah, I never felt that either. Is RFK Jr. going to resign soon? If so, when do you see it happening?
I see Trump talking to him and telling him, you know what, it might be a good idea for you to step down. That's the only way he'd step down.
I feel it's going to be in 2 months, and I keep on hearing the song Glowworm.
You with these one-liners, I swear to God.
I learned from the best. You.
Thank you.
Will we ever see the unredacted Epstein files?
Not for a while. The whole thing, not for a while.
I feel it's going to come out. It will.
But I think the women are going to release the names.
They should know the
And
names.
we're getting the birthday book, but I don't know if Trump's page will be in there, but we're getting the birthday book. They've just
The
announced.
family, no, the family is taking, the family will make sure that's there, I'm sure. Um, in the event
You
that
think,
JD,
will we ever see the full Epstein files?
in time,
Yeah, I almost feel like he's not on Earth when we see it.
I agree. And the estate will be fighting.
Yeah.
But no, it's
I heard that girl that wrote that book, the one that committed, Harry Carey.
mhm.
I heard that she's named a lot of names. So listen, I'm in line. I'm getting that book as soon as it goes out. I got the audio and the book.
When's it being released?
October some hold on. I'll let you know 1 second. Where is it? Here she is. I pre-order, expect it 10/21.
Okay. I will pre-order it myself too. So as far as rejected Epstein files, I feel in about 10 years, everything. In the event JD Vance becomes president, will Peter Thiel have influence if JD Vance becomes president? Should we be concerned?
No, because nobody likes JD Vance. Nobody likes Peter. By the time Trump goes, all the Republicans that thought they were maggots are going to be so disillusioned. There's people on the news all the time, all the farmers and everybody saying, I can't believe he's doing it. And then there's people saying, you guys knew. We told you he was going to do this.
Well, the way I've never seen JD Vance becoming our president.
Okay.
I've always felt the House is going to be blue, possibly even before the midterms.
But
Um,
it could
and,
be if they find Trump was a treasonist or
and
he
then
paid
I
for
would get him as
treason,
a co-conspirator.
and then that means the whole gang has to go.
And then
I
was I
saw that back when he was president the first time. I saw everybody having to go.
and then when they look at his eyeliner, they'll take away his gun. Anyways,
Mr.
uh,
Maybelline man. I
I
want
never.
you to know, even if they decide trans can't own guns, don't worry, all this is temporary.
It's all going to shift. It's all going to shift back to what it's supposed to be. And again, all this is weapons of mass distraction. Let's see here. Will any member of SCOTUS be forced to resign due to findings of misconduct?
Yes,
If so, which members?
Thomas first. I feel Kavanaugh's in huge trouble for taking money, accepting money. And they're going to bring Amy and all of them, even the Chief Justice before Congress and say, why were you guys making money off of being a SCOTUS?
Mhm.
It'll be the walk of shame.
I do not, I've never seen Trump, though, bring in a new Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, me neither. Not this time around, not at all. How come Thomas didn't step down? I thought he was going to once Trump was in there.
We all felt, I felt his health was bad too, and it would have been in October. But I feel he's playing by the numbers that Trump's in there. So
Well, the guy that gives him all the money doesn't really like Trump.
Leonard,
Yeah, so he might say, just stay in for now.
yeah, Leonard, yeah.
But I saw this woman on Facebook or one of those. I loved what she said. You know what? F you to all you who want Hispanics or Chinese or anybody who doesn't speak English or gays or anything. Don't go to a Mexican restaurant, an Indian restaurant. Don't go any place and go in favor because you want these people deleted. And don't go to a gay hairdresser.
Well, we know Margie Taylor Greene doesn't have that problem.
Jesus.
She dresses, please.
Or who's the other one? Sarah Huckabee. Ooh, she looks out something. She comes out of something from the Cracker Barrel.
There's this outfit she wore once. It was stripes. It was like, did Hamburglar or her wear it better?
Jesus.
But no, it. Yes, we know it's not nice to make fun of people the way they look.
Yeah, no, it's not
But
nice.
the thing is, they can't help it. It's not that they can't help
Oh
it.
God, that Trump, he gets mad if anybody says anything about him, but he's the first one in line to make disparaging remarks. Or what do you think about JD Vance talking about Pritzker's weight? I
Oh,
wouldn't want to get between him and
yeah,
such a
but I mean, it's not like he was like, a pinup boy himself years ago. He's more Pillsbury Doughboy than anything.
yeah, that's not cool.
No. He, I guess he's trying,
Pritzker's more of a human being than he could ever be.
and he's a real billionaire.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole thing with Peter Thiel and him, I feel SCOTUS, I feel, see, I always felt Leo like sneakily just steps back, and
Really?
gets away. I always felt it was he that leaked all the stuff on Roe v. Wade himself.
Oh yeah, he did. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. A lot of corporate people are losing their jobs in the gas and oil companies.
Oh, I saw that. There was a big layoff the other day.
What do you see for the housing crash, foreclosures, etc.?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of foreclosures. There's going to be a lot of bankruptcies. Or right now, they're not letting us talk about it on the news,
Right.
but it's bad. How do you know why they're laying off everybody in the oil and gas industry?
Because they can, because they don't need them. I mean, a lot of it is that, but the thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, but they still get subsidies from the government too.
That's true.
Exxon and Philip, they all get, so they're still making money. But I just feel it's the whole, the Doge effect, you know, get rid of people and we can still keep the money.
Yeah, boy, that's a
It's all about greed.
what they did to the FAA was terrible.
Oh, and they're still blaming people to judge for stuff. Come
Oh
on.
my God. And you know what? I think Governor Newsom is correct. Like California needs to put money away in their coffers in case of an emergency because you can't depend on this government. And I say, let's keep all our taxes we were going to pay to the feds because what are they doing for us? Nothing. They're trying to tell us we can take over the forestries, the historical landmarks. We're going to change the Kennedy Center to the Trump Center. F you guys.
Yeah. But the thing is, they say they want to take over, then they get rid of the people that would do the jobs. And then if there's a fire, nobody, what?
Oh, he
Green,
got rid of our forestry. And fortunately, the governor in Oregon and Canada and stuff, we got our own organization.
yeah. And the same thing with health.
Yeah. My God,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
And Hawaii just added themselves to it.
What do you think about Florida's not wanting any kind of, oh my God, are they a festered pimple on the state of the United States?
I mean, with
Or Orlando, Florida, they're not going to be able to. And now other countries are saying, oh, before we let in an American, they got to prove they've been
vaccinated,
inoculated. Yeah.
inoculated, it's nuts. I mean, I remember being in kindergarten. You line us up one day and just like, you know, you have your little scar and that's it.
I remember being a little girl and my parents coming with me to my school and my brother and sister. We were just little. And they gave us those sugar cubes for polio. We had to get in line. And I remember thinking, I want more than one sugar cube.
Yeah, they
Can
asked
I,
me how
can,
they asked me how old I was, and I stomped my foot, so I got more.
I just had to, I just loved it. I thought it was so nice and sweet. I wanted another one.
Yeah, but no, the corporate jobs, it's all going to be a domino effect, and but I do feel as we get into the end of 2027 and 2028, things are starting to be repaired.
Thank you.
So now here's I've been asked this question so many times. With so many jobs being lost and everything going AI, how are we going to survive as a nation of employ to employ everyone? Can we become the great nation that we used to be?
We
I don't
can, but there's a lot of work.
I don't feel AI. Remember when the computer first came on and it was, oh, everybody's going to lose their jobs because of computers.
Yeah.
But it created different jobs. It created different outlets. You know, yeah, some people had to learn how to use a keyboard.
That
But
was a pain
you
in
know,
the-
when I was in high school, I asked to take typing and they wouldn't let me. They said that was for the secretarial pool. I said, really, Hemingway? You would, if I was Hemingway, would you let me take typing classes?
Did you really say that?
Yeah. No, that's for the females. That's for the girls. You're taking shop.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's
Now
like,
they let males take home ec and
oh, I
girls
want to
take.
take home ec too, but they wouldn't allow that either. So,
And men got to take care of themselves.
well, I went back and said some of the best chefs in the country, in the world are men.
I know.
Yeah, but we're not teaching that kind of cooking here.
No.
Like, yeah,
So
open
you
up
were in high school in the 1940s?
30s. Truman was still talking. No, actually, I graduated high school in 75. Graduated college in 79. And that's not long ago when it was like, no, I'm sorry, you're a guy, you can't learn typing.
Yeah, I believe that. Hey, quick question. Governor Pritzker has made it clear that his police department, sheriff department will arrest any ICE agent that doesn't identify themselves, tries to take people's rights. Is that going to work, you think?
They're gonna fight over it, but I feel it's gonna be a slow process, but it's eventually I feel it's gonna start taking effect.
Yeah, a lot
Right
of
now,
these
they
guys.
feel they're so above the law. They're just like, you know, aliens coming in and taking people. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there was a rumor going around that in Los Angeles, they were parking attendants were like taking away ICE when ICE would park their car, they'd tow it, saying it was illegal.
Oh, they
And
did.
well, that's what the rumor was. And then one guy actually did. He got in his, and he towed away a truck. But it ended up that the ICE truck was there for like 4 days, illegal.
Oh, okay.
But it was basically a false story. But then people are trying to make it true. So we'll see what happens with that one.
And Pritzker put all those snow big huge trucks in a
Yeah,
line to block them.
it's crazy. It really is. I mean, who thought, we'd be sitting here in this day and age wondering, is today Soylent Green or Soylent Purple? Never mind.
Yeah.
Um, so can we become the great nation that we used to be? I get a yes on that.
Okay.
It would work.
It's going to take some work, but listen, they're going to go to the Constitution. We're going to have, I don't know if I'll still be alive. It'll take several years, but they're going to have some real basic things put in the Constitution that man or woman cannot be a felon and run for president,
Oh yeah.
that you have to show your taxes, that they maybe even need to go through a competency test.
I was gonna say, and let's see your real health records.
I really feel that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is crazy. I think something will happen to him.
Yeah. But we'll make sure that you're at Cal Arts frozen next to Disney so that you can see it.
Yeah, poor
You know,
Disney World. They're really,
no, how's it Walt Disney's head is frozen in a vault somewhere.
Jesus, just terrible.
But I think we can be a good nation again. The thing is, what I've always been reading is in the next 4 to 5 years, words that come back into our vocabulary are compassion, empathy, grace, things
Yeah,
of that nature. What will happen to student loans? Will there be any more
it's
forgiveness?
terrible right now. After he's out of office, they'll come back with granting extensions, etc. Right now, they could care less.
They're just looking at us making money.
And in the meantime, he's building a Walmart in the White House with those fake gold things. And look at the Rose Garden. And he's making it a club. You have to belong to the club to have dinner on the Rose Garden. Oh,
Yeah, it was what I think Gavin Newsom called it the pedophile club.
that's really going to destroy a lot of people when all this information starts coming out. No joke. This is the fall. Women would take Trump down, and this is part of it.
Yeah. In the wake of the anti-vax movement, do you see insurance charges more to people who refuse to vaccinate themselves and their children?
No.
Well,
But I do see some scam artists, healthcare people, making you pay out of your own pocket if you want to get inoculated. As long as if you have some like asthma, then they'll pay for it. But unless you have something, they're not going to pay for it. Right now, I guess you can't get that medication you take for 5 or 6 days when you find out that you have COVID.
I don't know. Really?
Paxlock, Paxlock, anyway, Pax something. I took it when I had COVID last September, and
Mhm.
it leaves a real bitter taste in your mouth. And it just keeps you from getting really sick. Right now, you got to pay for that out of your own pocket.
Well, I had to just go through a procedure for a heart scan that Medicare didn't pay for, and I was like really shocked with that. So it's like changing the rules.
As they go along, yeah.
Um, there were a couple questions here about Barron, like what we see going up with Barron Trump,
Oh,
and
by the way, did you see he quit college?
he's worth $40 million. Why would he?
Yeah, but also he couldn't pass college. I'm telling you, the kid doesn't have it. He doesn't have that ability.
What I always saw, and I said this last time on one of my shows, that I've always felt at the end of August there's going to be stuff hitting the fan about him with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin
Yeah,
and all.
you said that. Yeah, I don't know anything about
But
cryptocurrency.
what I'm saying is, and somebody said to me last night, what hasn't happened? I said, we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
It's like when I said everything is going to start colliding on the Ides of March, we didn't see about the signal gate until like 4 days later, and we didn't hear about the Venezuelan people being flown to El Salvador until a couple days later. So I'm telling you right now that there's still something here. The guys keep on showing me he's in trouble.
Maybe that's why he quit college too.
Could be.
Maybe he's going to travel and get the hell out of Dodge.
I don't know. With Mama. Will the courts rule against Trump for his tariffs in October?
Yes, I've always seen yes on that.
Will Trump children be held responsible for anything?
Don Jr. is going to get held on something, and so is Eric and his wife. Not huge though. Trump's the one that's really going down if he's still alive.
I always feel that Eric is going to be used as a scapegoat, unfortunately.
So what happened with Mike Johnson? One day Trump was an informant, and the next day he's not.
Maybe Cash Patel called him and said, "Stop it."
Well, probably people were going to want proof that he gave information to the FBI.
I mean, it's just a bogus story. I mean, oh, it's like, oh,
But do you think Johnson knew it was bogus? Do you think Trump told him
oh,
and he believed Trump?
no, I think Trump gave him the story to tell, knowing that it was false.
Okay.
It's kind of like, oh, yes, you just caught me with my hand in the cookie jar. I was getting cookie for you. It wasn't for me.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But again, lots and lots of questions about. Oh, here's one. Will we ever find out about the lost week for Trump? When he was gone, everybody thought he was dead, or all the
Oh,
rumors.
this past week where I was down in LA? Yeah, no. He went into the hospital and he was having some tests done.
I think he had a minor stroke. I'm going to be really honest. That's what I was picking up.
But it
And
doesn't have any residual effect. His speech is not acting like he had a stroke.
I've had friends that had minors and then they're okay.
Yeah.
I feel that's why you didn't hear him
I
speak.
feel they did some significant testing on him because look at his hands. I think they did some CT scans and his image is all about being strong. So he doesn't want anybody to know that he was being tested.
Yeah, while we're being tested. Um, yeah, there's a lot of questions about Florida and the vaccines.
That's really not going to work out for them. Have you seen how ugly it is when young kids get smallpox? It's terrible. Or polio or TB. Oh, it's just terrible. And they're just going to let people fester. It'll be like in the Roman days where they had that island that, what was that disease that was so leprosy?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Florida is going to be Leprosy Island. Even
it's just,
Satan won't stay there.
well, he'll be in jail anyway. Do you feel they're going to really get away with not dismantling Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz? One court said they have to tear it down, another court is saying, well,
I
not
don't get
really.
what you're asking. It's empty now.
It's what they were saying. There was one court that said they had to take it down. But then an appeals court said, well, it's they're like almost like it doesn't really have to go away. I feel
I
good.
don't see any trouble with not taking, but I see it being taken down.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. What let's see here. What do you see with the market?
Yeah, the market is barely hanging in there. The numbers aren't going to be good that's coming out, and there's going to be another good slump. Remember, I always said that I didn't want people to worry because we're not going to go as bad as it was in 2008, but
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be similar. Fortunately, because of 2008, like you can't do those mortgage loans that were fraud.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are losing their jobs, so they're going to have to sell their houses for nothing. And yet they're selling their houses for nothing and they're still going to have big interest rates.
Yeah. But I still feel by end of 2027 into 28, a lot of that's going to be corrected.
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff will be turned around. Let me tell you, finally, that's what I asked my guys. I said, why did he win? Why? And they said, man has free will, which we know, and that his people need to see who he really is. Well, I'm going to tell you, the Venezuelans know who he really is. They
Yeah.
showed that woman on the news sobbing because her husband just got deported. And she was the one up there dancing and singing for Trump. He's not, if you speak Spanish, if you have any foreign influence, you are not a friend to him. The only language he likes is Russian.
And that's why his wife is pretty close to that. So I don't know
Yeah,
when I
let me tell you that they hit Ukraine, Russia did, someplace I can't remember. And Zelensky, he's always pissed, but see, he's even more pissed now. And
it was the
so
government building.
he what?
It
It
was
was
the
a
government
government.
building.
He said, so that's it. They've just announced that's okay. So they've got their missiles
Mhm.
pointed. They're ready to go. You're going to see a lot of stuff about that.
Whenever I ask my guide about, why is Trump there, they just said, I don't know, there's just something about you that pisses me off. Just get
Oh,
over
and
it.
then he didn't want the news media to play the booing at the thing. Like he can control. And his picture came up on the Jumbotron, and all you could hear was boos.
Yeah. I've been going through my vomit distress bag. That's another story. But the thing is, as I say to everyone, guess what? This too shall pass. It may seem like a kidney stone, but it is going to pass.
It will pass. It will pass, you guys. I'm just sorry that you all have to go. And that's why they watch us. A lot of this stuff is the same thing, different day. But they watch us because they know that we assure them it's not changed in the card. So we assure them.
Mm-mm. And everybody reads the way they read, but in the end of the day, a lot of it is the same outcomes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I tell people timelines, don't ask when, it's all fluid. I may pick something up. I'll tell you when I'm picking up a time frame, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's etched in stone because
Right.
that moment.
Right.
In the long run, I don't see us like becoming into some dystopian
And
mechanism.
his numbers, even the people that adored him, are
30,
growing less.
33.
There's people that are telling me in their town that was a totally red hat town, all the flags are coming down.
Good.
Bye, Trump.
See you later, Felicia.
What was that? Our gang? Bye.
We spike. Yeah, my God. I just haven't watched it as a kid.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Arthur.
Thank you.
This was fun.
Thank you. Thank you. Just listen, just have fun on Wednesday. It's your day.
Oh, I'll probably do a live and talk all about myself, knock people out. They'll say, there was a girl on her show and everybody passed out with boredom. You got a minute? Let me tell you my life story.
Linda G, welcome to my home movies.
Oh God, I had skinny legs, if you can believe it, because I got them thick Mexican legs now, with the curly hair and the big ass teeth and freckles. I look like my dad did when he was young. People say they can see my mother, who was Mexican Indian, but I looked like my dad.
Daddy's little
Awesome.
girl.
So
Well, I am
I've
glad
got,
you're
I
here.
got the Johnson to prove it. No, I'm just kidding.
All
All right, honey. Well, I'll put this up in a minute.
right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.